As we begin the month of Elul, we begin our spiritual preparation for the new year. During the month of Elul, we stand in the moment, we look back at the year that has been, and we lift our eyes to the year that's coming. And we make a commitment and do the work, the spiritual work of Elul, to return to center, to return to presence, to return to strength, and to return to clear relationship with ourselves, with others, and with the earth. One of the ways that we do that this month is we recite Psalm 27 each day of the month of Elul. The second to last verse of the psalm says, Lulei ha'amante lerot betuv Adonai be'eretz chaim. If I only had the faith to see the goodness of the unfolding mystery in the lands of life. If only I had the faith. This second to last line carries this sense of regret. If only I had the faith. And what's really cool about this is that word that has that regret tone to it is lulei. When you turn that word around, it spells Elul. So Elul is about turning this around. It's about having the faith. It's about having the faith, the emunah, to see the goodness and to be the goodness in the lands of life. So the spiritual work of Elul is to turn the regret around and say, yes, I have the faith, I have the strength, I have the clarity, vision, and connection to see and be the good in the lands of life this year. Now, this is not an easy thing to do. It's never an easy thing to do. And it really can be a difficult thing to do now during this time in our country and in the world. It's very hard sometimes not to feel defeated. But Elul says, do not begin the new year defeated. Don't begin by saying, if only I had had the faith. And so we work to turn it around through practice. And so we're going to offer practices for different practices for each week of Elul. And we begin this first week with gratitude. That's where we always begin. Every tradition begins with gratitude. So here's the practice. It's such a simple practice. 3 times a day. You wake up in the morning, so say thank you. Thanks for being awake and alive. Sometime during the day, pause before you eat or drink something. Take a moment and say thank you. And at the end of the day, look over the day and give thanks for something you experienced, something you encountered. And then, the end of the week, Friday, before Shabbat and the next week of Elul begins, write a thank you card. Not a text, not an email, an actual card that you can mail. Write a card to a friend, a relative, write a card to an elected official. Write a thank you card to somebody who has brought good into the lands of life. Let us turn this around. Let us have the faith to see the good and be the good in the lands of life as we go into this new year. May we do it for ourselves. May we do it for each other. May we do it for the earth. Amen. Chodesh Tov.